Summer is here and it's time to chill out. At least it is here where I live because it's very hot, very hot. Hey everyone, it's Cathy Zielske. Welcome back to my channel and the craft/dining room. Today's card project is all about chilling out. I love the sentiment. I love the little popsicles and I hope you love it too. Hope it's chill enough for you. To see that little card project, stick around. It's coming up next. Here's a look at the products I'll be using in today's video. And I have my brand new Beachy stamp set. This is a 6x8 set. There are coordinating dies that you can use to cut out a number of the elements. And today I have an idea with these new brushes. There are some little detail round brushes now available, color-coded from Simon Says Stamp. And I'm going to try to make some multicolored popsicles. That's the plan. Let's see how it all shakes out. We have new inks from Simon Says Stamp. There are now purples in the Pawsitively Everything collection. So I'm going to create a handful of popsicles. Now I'm going to set these aside so they don't tip over. Well, they might. And we'll see what shakes out. Right. I'm going to get my Misty, and I just have a piece of Neenah Solar White Classic Crest. And I'm going to start today with the fill of the popsicles. So I'm going to do the fills first. What if I went here and just worked my way down, right? Because I want to use my Misty for good, not evil. I'm going to use it for good today, so I'll show you what I'm thinking. Pick this up and give that a little rub to prep it. And I'm going to start with my little brushes because here's how I think I'm going to make this work. We'll see. We'll see how the first one works. I'm going to take my first color here, and I'm not worried about the popsicle stick. Well, do I want to worry about the popsicle sticks? I mean, I do have a color that I could put on them. I don't think so. I'm going to put a little of the lighter color on the top. Like this, okay? Bring it down, stamp, like that. Then I'm going to take a little of the next color, the pucker, and I'm going to grab my little red brush. I'm just going to kind of pounce it on here to kind of blend where well, actually, yeah, that's what I want to do. I could even just go like this, like that. And then just kind of tap it up a little. Just because I want to create sort of these two-tone looks. And I can do this with multiple colors, right? I don't have to just stick with the one color. I can come back in, do a little more cheeky up here. Like that. And I can kind of tap it down a little to kind of blend it a bit. I don't want these to look solid. I guess that's the point. I want them to look like there's more than one color. Now that one I don't think you're seeing as clearly, so let's wipe this down. And I'm going to move my cardstock up a little bit here. Maybe we'll come, how about there? Yep, that'll be good. I'm going to try to get as many on here as possible. This is going to be Carnation, like that, into Sherbet. And now I'm going to take my pink brush and just kind of tap it a little here so it doesn't quite have the harsh line, which I think was my goal with the first one. Okay, make sure that didn't move. Oh, I think it moved. Hold on. Yeah, I think I'm going to need my bigger Misty for this. I'm going to flip it because I really want this to, I want the Misty to not move. And maybe I put my stamp in the wrong place. We'll see. So a nice bit of ink at the top. Kind of tap a little and press. There we go. And I love that it's slightly uneven like that, right? So then we bring in the next color, and this will be a little more dramatic with the Sherbet. Okay, and Sherbet comes down here. The bottom. Like that. And then I can take my little orange friend and just tap a little there. Let's see how that looks. Oh, I like that. See, we're getting that two-tone look. I'm going to come back here with a little more Sherbet, and where is that on there? It's right up there. So I'm going to get a little more right in there. We'll see if that fills it. Like that. Yep. That's more of what I wanted to do. Okay. I am going to move my stamp rather than my Misty right now because I feel like I really need to be able to put it in the same place. This would have been great for my larger Misty, to be honest with you. Sometimes I like to use the smaller one because it's easy to film, but this would have been ideal for the bigger space. So I'm going to move on to, let's see. You know what I need though? I should do a yellow into orange, or an orange into yellow. So let's do that. I need to go grab another pad. We'll see what happens. Okay, maybe a little more. Kind of missed that one. All right, come up a little. It's always kind of a little bit of a guessing game. Kind of soften that up a bit and press. And then I can look at where I might need a little more orange and just pick up that sherbet again off the pad, fill it in the center, and stamp. You know, just for sort of a blendy look. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Okay. See, if I had my bigger Misty, I wouldn't have to do this, but we're gonna just go for it. All right, let's come in here and let's put a nice bit of the sprout right here. Press it down, take a look. Oh, that's nice. Right back in. I still had a little bit of yellow ink in there, and that's okay. And come down in there. That looks good. Then, leaving the color, I'm going to bring in my seafoam pad, like this. And grab my turquoisey brush, just sort of soften that out, like that. Ooh, that's cute. See? I like how that looks. It's very beachy. Press. Totally good. Pressed into the corner. This one is going to be a blue into purple. So I'm going to take Cadette. It's a really nice sort of navy-ish blue. I'm just going to soften it a little there. That. Bring it down and stamp. That looks very cool. That looks very watery. Look at that. Ooh, I love it. And now I'll bring in the amethyst. Now this pad, do I have this? I might not have this in a good position to get this, but we'll try. Oh, this color. Firecracker. So good. And now I will take a little here. Kind of come up a little into the blue. So you can just kind of soften that and stamp. Oh, you know what? I think I was off a little bit with my, you know what? I'm going to restamp that off camera because I forgot to put my Misty into the corner. So I'll do that really quickly with the same process, and then we'll stamp the black outlines. So there's my new one that's properly lined up. You know, as I'm looking at this, I may not do the outlines on these. I know it would look great, but I actually think I'm just going to die cut these as is because I have a plan. Before I move on though from my stamping, I want to stamp my greeting. And I'm going to use Have a Chill Day. Pick this up. Okay. And let's just prep it. I'm going to take my anti-static powder tool, powder up, just to remove static and oil from the paper. Take my Versamark pad, ink this up really well. Right into the corner, and here I will grab my stamp press tool. Like that. Reposition in the corner. stamp again. I just want to have a very nice coating like this. All right, now let's grab some embossing powder and sprinkle this on. Okay. Looks good. Get a little bit more here. And tap off the excess. That looks good. Not a single speck of powder where it shan't want to be. That made no sense. All right, a nice gold shiny greeting. And yes, I designed this type to be this way, but I love the way the D caps off right at the base of the H. That was on purpose. All right, let's get some dies and cut things out. Got the coordinating die in place. We're gonna go ahead and cut out the greeting. Like that. So now I have my lovely Have a Chill Day. And then I'll go ahead and cut out all of the popsicles that I intend to use using the coordinating die. Oh, that looks a little off now that I've placed it down. Let's see. Yep. Then I'll go ahead and cut out all of my popsicles using the coordinating die. All right. I think I was a little off on that, but that's okay. Oh, I was way off on that. After I cut my second one out completely off, I realized, and I'll show you, sometimes the metal on your die might be a little shifted on the die itself, and that is when it is really helpful to use a template. You just cut a piece out of, or you cut the die out of another piece of different colored cardstock, right? Tape it into place. And then you can know exactly where your die needs to be dropped in. And I sometimes do this, sometimes I don't. It's only when I start having issues, because then when you pop this in, you pop it back into the opening. Now that looks like it's off, but it's actually not going to be off. I'll show you. We'll cut it, we'll hold our breath, and I think it will be just fine. And then I'll do that for the rest of them off camera. Okay, take this out, and that's what I was shooting for. So if you ever have an issue, just make yourself a template so you can cut them out perfectly. Before I put my die cut machine away, I have an idea. I'm going to emboss a pattern of sorts, and here we go with my mat. Oh, that's nice hair too. If you ever get a card from me that has hair in it, I apologize. But no plates, MPS, matte paper stencil. I have cut a piece of cardstock here. This is the Neenah Solar White Classic Crest in the 80 pound, which I actually really like using for dry embossing, which is what I'm going to do. And I'm actually going to grab this Surf and Sand stencil because I think that it could be really cool to have just a little wave pattern dry embossed into the center. It's just to add some texture to a white panel. So matte paper stencil, embossing pad on top, and we run it through. And when we lift this up, we now have a very subtle raised wave. I mean, it's, you know, you have to see it in the right light. That's the deboss side, which also could look cool. And that's the emboss side. I think that's actually a really cool way to add just a little surprise of texture. All right, let's start building the card. I cut a piece of Simon Says stamp Sunshine for my US A2 card base. So it's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And I've got foam tape on the back here. I also think this is what I'm going to do. I know I love that we have purple now, but I only want to have 3. So I kind of want to work my way down here and just have, you know, 3 little popsicles. I'm not exactly sure where I'm going to put them yet, but I like the 3s. And then I cut a tiny little greeting here. You deserve it. Also, a rarity for me, a white strip with gold, but I actually think that's really cute too. So let me put some foam adhesive on the back of this as well. And we'll just pop this down so that you have a nice framing margin space of the yellow all the way around. Like that. Okay. Thought that would be a nice, happy sort of pop-up. And let's get some liquid glue here. I'm going to take the backers off the foam tape. I'm going to grab a little bit of liquid adhesive. Just kind of go like that, just so this has some wiggle room. And it's just kind of cute because it sits on top of that wave, but it's super subtle, right? You can see it on camera here, so it's maybe it's not as subtle as I think it is, but popping that down there. And then I'm going to use liquid glue just to put these guys right onto. I'm not popping them up because the sentiment is already popped up, but I think it would be kind of cute to have, you know, a little guy sticking up there like that. A little bit here at an opposing angle like that. And then, I'm going to pop this friend right there. Again, it's for a little playtime. And I'll butt that foam up right there for that little cluster. Oh, actually I think that, and I know purple, I'm so sorry, but you know, sometimes you just go with what feels right. So I have that lovely bit of different color. It's kind of messy looking, but yet the execution is very clean. And I could add some sequins as well, but actually I'm not going to add sequins because I feel like something like this, I don't want the gold to take away. So I think I'm just gonna grab a few little clear dots. These are self-adhesive. It's a little stash I have from Waffle flour, and I kind of love it because they're very easy to place. They're very easy to pick up if you don't love where you had it. I mean, just a few on here. I only have 2 sizes in these. Sometimes I love to have a little more, but you know what? This will be fine. Maybe one here. And then maybe I do take a bigger one up top, up here. I just place them like that. And put one more little guy at the top. That way it gives sort of a watery shine, right? Not just something that's not kind of in your face. Just a few. And that is the finished card project. Hope this inspires you to check out this fun stamp set. You can find links for all the products I used in today's video below in the YouTube description box. I'll see you back here with another card project soon. Thanks so much for watching today. I would love to have you become a subscriber to my YouTube channel. And if you do subscribe, be sure to hit the gray bell below the video so that you don't miss the next time I post. Here are a couple other videos that you might be interested in watching. Thanks so much and have a great day.